Hey guys, it's Kay from KS Anonymous, and today I'm here with a new subreddit to the channel, r/TalesFromTechSupport. Why isn't this fixed? So we have to open a help desk ticket. So this happened about 5.5 years ago, but this problem creeps up from time to time. I go on site at one of our branch sites to help with the system installation and meet with the new manager there. We are at a central office and only travel to remote sites as needed. This current site is about 150 miles travel distance, so we only go when needed. The manager was recently promoted from within the company, so we had interacted before. During the conversation, the manager finally mentions the point. So we have several things that need to be addressed up here. Okay. I do not have any tickets open on anything besides the new system installation. What's up? Well, there's... gives example 1 of a change, gives example 2 of a change, gives example 3 of a change, and the display monitor in the lobby's broken. I need all of the changes addressed today. Well, I will see if I have time. What do you mean? Can you do them or not? Of course I can do them if I have time. I don't understand why you're fighting me on this. And why isn't the monitor already fixed? They say that it has been broken for months. I'm going to need you to just come on site every week from now on. Number 1, I'm not fighting you. My priority for this visit is the new system installation that you called me in on to be a part of. I have no idea what they need me for today, so I will work on these other issues if they do not need me for something. Are you saying that you are now changing that priority to making these changes? No, that has to be accomplished. Number 2, I have never been notified through the help desk ticket system, an email, or even a call that the monitor was down. Corporate requires trouble tickets entered for every problem. No one has let me know about it. We make trips when we are needed, and we cannot fix the issue remotely. I will come once a week, twice a week, or even spend the night if needed, but there are no trouble tickets open for anything at this location. So, we need to enter trouble tickets? Yes. You'll not just come up here and see what's needed. Sir, have you ever used a plumber? What? Well, yeah. So, do you call the plumber and tell him your sink is leaking, or do you just wait for the off chance that he's going to randomly show up to your house and notice the problem on his own? We do need some communication from you and your staff on what your needs are before the day we walk in the door. I do not mean to be argumentative, but having us come down here for 4 to 5 problems and then jumping us with 4 more problems that we're unprepared for and have no additional time for is not the proper way to communicate needs to us. They don't do that! Sir, once again, no offense, but you just did it. I wish I can say that it ended on something very dramatic, but honestly, the manager understood my issues and said he would communicate that with his staff and supervisors. Oh, and I did not go to lunch that day and left 2.5 hours late because I made all the changes he needed and stayed until the installation was complete. By the way, no one ever opened a ticket on that monitor. Edit. 1, the monitor was fixed about 2 weeks later when I came back, and 2, I opened a ticket myself for every issue I did that day. The ticket for the monitor was also opened by myself later. I know that these actions reinforced users' stance on not making tickets themselves, but every fix requires a ticket. It's one of those moments where people start to understand why the annoying, system of things and the tedious filling out of forms and stuff might actually have a reason. Oh my god. They don't do that. We just did it, but they don't do that. Telework. Shining a light. I keep losing my VPN connection. Also, I can't run the script that maps my network drives and printers, and the emulator we use to connect the main office won't start. What should I do? How many times have you lost your VPN connection? At least 5 in the last hour. Well, that sounds like an ISP issue. What's that? Your ISP is the company that provides you with internet service. You should try calling them to see if you have an outage or issues. Well, can I just have a different computer? No. It sounds like your ISP connection is flaky right now. A new computer won't help. If you want, you can bring your computer into the office and we can make sure that the NIC is not failing. So I guess I should just call my supervisor and tell her that my computer isn't working and there's nothing you can do, right? That's not what I said, but you should probably let your supervisor know that you can't work. In fact, I'll send an email and CC you if you like. That's okay. I'll just watch some Netflix until my computer starts working again. Okay, well, have a good one. Oh, before you go, can I ask you a non-work related question? Sure. Do you know why my TV would say network cable disconnected? Oh my god. See, this is the one thing I do enjoy from this particular subreddit, is that I'm just techie enough to understand this stuff. Some of the other, like, lingo that it gets into, like, yeah, I don't really get all of it, but I am the designated tech person in my household for the most part, just because I know to mess around with stuff, and usually it ends up working. But yeah, yikes. The customer's new computer will not power on. Greetings all. So in my town, I'm a locally known computer guy. On the side from my full-time job, not tech related, I build systems for people, fix systems, set up new systems, etc. So this happened back in 1998, when gateway computers were a thing. I get a call from a lady who I had never worked with before. She had obviously gotten my name and number by word of mouth in the community. So this one evening she calls. She starts telling me how she just bought a brand new gateway PC and how she got it all hooked up, plugged in, etc. But when she pushes power, nothing happens. So I ask her the usual stuff, are you sure it's plugged in? Is the plug you have it plugged into controlled by a wall switch, etc.? She assures me that the wall switch has nothing to do with her power and assures me that everything is plugged in. So I had nothing going on that evening and I thought, what the heck, I can make some quick cash. So I get her address, tell her I can come right over. I get to her place, knock on the door, and she greets me within a minute. I could tell on the phone that she was elderly, and when she opened the door, this was confirmed. So in the back of my head, I was thinking something like, old lady didn't hook something up right. Come on, don't judge. You would have thought the same. So I get to the PC, and from what I can tell by just standing there, she seems to have things set up on the desk correctly. The PC, back then desktop model, was positioned nicely and the monitor was on it. Keyboard, mouse, and speakers were all present. I was thinking, she probably does not have the monitor plugged into VGA or something like that. So I look behind the PC. Things seem connected just fine. I double checked them for looseness and all was good. I even saw that she had the power cable plugged in correctly. I thought, well dang, maybe a power supply issue? It is new, but you never know. So anyway, I start tracing power lines from monitor and desktop to the back of her desk. They went straight to a nice new surge protector and were securely plugged in. I was a little confused. So next step, make sure her surge protector was on, as they all have a switch. I find the switch, don't see the switch light up as they usually are. I flip the switch, doesn't make a difference. Next step, check the wall outlet that she has the thing plugged into. I look up, see the outlet, and see that absolutely nothing is plugged into it. I look a little closer, and I do see that she does have the surge protector plugged in. However, the surge protector is plugged into itself. I sat under the desk, trying not to laugh. After I contained myself, I pulled the surge protector plug out of itself, plugged it into the wall socket, flipped the switch, and got a light. Came out from under the desk, hit power on the desktop, and bingo, we have power. LOL. So, not wanting to make her feel like an idiot, I just told her it looked like the power cable was not fully seated into the socket on the surge protector. Then I offered to set the system up for her at no extra charge. She accepted. In the end, I decided not to even charge her. It was such an easy fix, and I did not feel right about it and was happy to just help. The saddest... Okay, so again, sometimes I can be a little bit of a tech snob. I was raised with computers, okay? So they are just they come very naturally to me. The interfaces and everything, it's very natural process to me. Just because I've been raised with it. Now, older people haven't been raised with it. They have to learn this as a whole new weird thing, and they know lots of things that I don't about things that existed before me and blah 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 blah. Just want to get that out of the way. However, there's this nice lady who is my friend's grandma, and one day she was in the other room and I just hear her go, this thing won't turn on. And I lost it. I don't know why. It just, I couldn't. It was just so funny. And she was like pushing the power button and it wouldn't come on. And she's like, why won't this thing come on? And like, I don't know why. It was something about the moment. Probably it was just like you had to be there. It just cracked me up. But yeah, plugging the surge protector into itself is actually something I've seen that before, which is it's just sad. The wireless isn't working. So I have not been in a desktop support job for many years now, but I am still designated the family IT support guy. I don't mind, and often I can tell my mother what the issue is quite quickly, and what to tell her IT support staff when they need info. With the whole lockdown happening, my mother has been provided a laptop from her employer to work remotely. 1 or 2 issues, no software was installed, and when it was looking for a USB headset that was not present, no VPN installed, so she had no access to network drives. This was all fixed, and then she leaves me a message, and I try to help her. I sat down this morning to work, and wouldn't you know, wireless isn't working. What could be the problem? I tried getting hold of IT, but I think it's too early for them. Okay, well, some laptops have a button that disables and enables the wireless card. Check to see if that laptop has one, and check if pressing it makes a difference. Also, check your other devices, phone, tablet, personal laptop. Is the wireless network working there? Yes, that's all working. I can see the wireless network in the list on the other devices. I tried helping her for an hour or so, recommending different things. Looking in Windows for some information, I eventually tell her to move into the room with the router and connected the Ethernet cable to the laptop so that her IT team can remote in and have a look. I am not allowed to as well, it's company policy. I am out of ideas and leave her in the hands of her IT team. Hours pass. It's been 5.5 hours and still nothing, until I called my boss and told her my problem. She asked me to send her a photo of the laptop, and wouldn't you know it, she says she had the same laptop, and there's a button above the top row of keys that turns the wireless off and on. I pressed it, and poof, it works again. All that time wasted where I could have been working. Mom? Scroll up and look at the first message I sent you this morning. Literally the first thing I told you to check. Oh my God. I'm not sure if she shared that bit of information with her boss, but she was so embarrassed after she realized she had the solution the entire time. She chalked it up to not understanding what I meant about checking for a wireless button/switch. She had a good laugh afterwards, at least. This is actually such a common problem, like, not kidding you. Most of the problems with people's laptops not working with wireless is that they accidentally hit airplane mode or like whatever else. They did something that turned off their wireless. I believe a lot of them have a separate one for wireless and airplane. Mine, I think, just has the one for airplane mode or whatever. But a lot of people accidentally hit it, or it just gets hit and then they're like, what the crap is happening? I don't know. So if your laptop isn't working, sometimes just check to make sure like airplane mode or the little wireless like symbol thing is not on. So, oh my God, that's fantastic. Anyway, that is going to wrap it up for today's video. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and drop a like and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Really quickly, I'd like to thank my patrons. Up on the screen, you should see my face palmers and my crazy case. Thank you all so much for supporting me in that way. And just a quick side note, I do have other patrons that aren't necessarily in the tier list for mention by name, and I just wanted to very quickly say thank you as well to those patrons. I know you all don't always get a shout out in video, and I just thought, you know, you deserve it. You guys are awesome too. If you want to become a patron, check out the original post from today's video, or send me an email for possible inclusion in a future video. All of that information is in the description box, so be sure to check it out. And I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!